handout and then a little sheet to kind of take some notes and ask questions. Usually when I'm doing a training, if someone has a question, we'll pause in between. But because we have a lot to cover, as you can tell from the handout, I'm going to ask that you save your questions to the end, okay? So write them down here, or any thoughts that come up that you might want to speak to me about afterwards, put them on your note sheet. So I think most of you that are in here kind of know who I am, but a few of you, I see about 3 or 4, maybe 5 new faces. That being said, I'm just going to give you a brief introduction about myself. My name is Nikki Watkins, and I always kind of put a lot of information in regard to my background. One, because it helps you understand where I'm coming from in terms of my educational and experience, but also because it gives you a good idea as to why I'm doing this work. To me, the 2 most important things on this slide is the fact that my personal mission statement is to be a light, brightly illuminating truth and gifting love. That comes from my belief in Christ. And then the last one here is all the roles that I wear, because we all wear many hats, right? So I'm a mother, daughter, sister, aunt, cousin, neighbor, friend, lover of people, involved and concerned citizen. I'm a human being like all of us, but for the purpose of this workshop today, I'm also a nonprofit founder and a small business owner. I started my first nonprofit back in 1997. We will be celebrating 27 years this year, which is huge. Yeah, that's a good thing. Thank you. Most people say, well, why aren't you there doing that work? Well, most of us know about United Way, right? We've heard of United Way. Can any of you tell me who the founders of United Way are? Not a one. Because most people don't realize that nonprofits aren't owned by the person that found them. Unlike small businesses or any business, nonprofits are technically owned by the community. The board of directors are simply just the fiduciary agents for that nonprofit, so they don't own it, but it's passed on. The purpose of a nonprofit is to really benefit the community for the long term. So you want to have a United Way, or your nonprofits end up like United Way, where people don't know your name, but they know your work. And so when I talk about being a nonprofit founder, even though the mission of that organization, Peace Learning Center, is still near and dear to my heart, obviously I've moved on to do other work, but the work is still being done. Also, I have an extensive background in a lot of areas that are related to what we're going to discuss today. In order to become an expert, I don't know if any of you have read Earl Wood's book, written about 30 years ago, 20 years ago now. But so many others have since then been able to prove scientifically to be an expert, you really only need 10,000 hours in an area. So I've got 10,000 plus hours in all of these different areas. Obviously, having a law degree kind of helped make that happen, but my first educational background was actually in social work. So I was in social work and education before I even touched law, but of course I've been able to expound upon that.